girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Females made you just to trick me, trick me, trick me, trick me. 'Cause baby girl, you are so easily pretty. The only reason that I can do tonight is 'cause I know you were invited. The only reason that this dress is getting tight is 'cause I thought that you would like it. I'm only gone for the secret outside. Because I want you to like that. The only reason I can do tonight is because I really like you. And I cannot hide it. Want to remember your mind then. The nicest the girls will get tired. Why just tell me that you feel like I do.
Hi, this is Jessica Javens Talk, a podcast that helps you transform your life inside out to a life you truly love. Welcome to season 1. We have an amazing guest for this episode. This guest has been able to transform the wellness and the health of so many people through the last several years with so many different methods that we're going to talk about today. So please welcome Ruth Haigh. Hi, Ruth. So nice to have you here with us today. Please share a little bit about you with us for our listeners.
Sure. Thanks for having me. My name is Ruth. Of course, like you said, I've been a holistic practitioner for over 30 years. That's developed into being a master shiatsu therapist, massage therapist, breath worker, personal trainer, nutrition specialist, and many more things. Like whatever is going to help really treat the whole person is what I've dove into over the past 30 plus years. So I'm a founder of Island Shiatsu Wellness Center in the Florida Keys. And I'm growing and expanding leaps and bounds. It's really exciting, everything that's happening here. So I'm really happy with the team that I'm building. And they're just equally as passionate as I am in serving people and just helping them for their holistic well-being.
That's awesome. I've personally been to her wellness center. It's a state-of-the-art, gorgeous place, and every person I met is more beautiful and passionate about what they do. I could not get over it, and I had the best massage ever. So, Ruth, let's jump right into some of the things that you can share and with our audience. You told me a little bit about the BEST method. Can you tell us about this? What is it? What can it do to help people?
Yeah, so it's designed to treat the person holistically, so really treating the whole person. So I really feel like all of these elements are necessary. For instance, with the B, it stands for breath work and body work. Breath work is an amazingly powerful tool that we can use at any moment. Once you learn it, it's a wonderful tool for really resetting our nervous system. Body work, I feel like, is imperative because we all have restrictions and holding patterns, postural distortions. So we need to address that as well in order to alleviate that tension, that pain, because it's so exhausting. So that way we're treating the mind and the body. Through energy management, the E stands for energy management or energy enhancement. There's many things that can weigh us down emotionally, mentally, physically. And so a lot of the retreats and the things that we do at the center is focusing on helping us to enhance our energy instead of feeling exhausted. And the sustainability, S is for sustainability. It's really important because so many times people will try these dramatic life changes and it is not able to stick. And then you leave feeling discouraged. So all the things that we offer are things that are simple and sustainable, and yet very transformative. And so then the T stands for the tools for transformation. So we give you the tools, you receive the tools, and then we send you away with tools so that you can implement that into your life in a sustainable and simple way to enhance your life.
That's amazing. So is it like going to your wellness center, a full experience where you don't offer maybe just the massage or maybe the chiropractor session, but it's a full experience? And tell us, how can a person know what they can expect if they come to you, and what can they accomplish?
Yeah, great questions. So we start out with a consultation. I send you an intake form so we kind of get a feel where you're at in your wellness journey and to see how we can meet what your goals are. So we can offer everything from massage therapy and ashiatsu, or the chiropractic, wellness coaching. There's many different elements. So sometimes people just start out just with a massage, and then we go from there. Sometimes they just start out with the wellness coaching. So we've got a lot of different elements that we can bring to the table to serve the whole person, as well as sound therapy and vagus nerve resetting. We do ionic foot baths to help reset our energy balance with our positive and negative ions. So we also offer the day retreats right here on site, to be able to really serve the whole person, all these different levels. So that's been really well received. And we actually have another one set up for April 16th. And we haven't done one in a while. And people have just been beating down our door for the next one. So I'm so excited to finally have the time and the energy to put this together for everyone.
I can't wait to go back to experience that. We talked about that and I was like, my eyes just got really big. So thank you. And I can't wait for people to get to know your place too. If you're coming to South Florida and the Keys, it's a definite go-to place. I was going to ask you about the wellness part, wellness coaching and so forth. You also help people with nutrition and their gut health. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like that is really imperative, because our gut is so important to our mental and our emotional well-being, because in our gut is where we create 90% of our serotonin, or our happy chemicals. So once we balance that, we can really help to reset our whole system. So I use a company called Purium that I am a little bit obsessed with. And the reason why is because so many times when we're referring people out to see this professional or to get this product, and it's not sustainable for people. It's not within reach. What I love about the basic plan is just a 90-day program, and it comes in a box, and it literally has like all of your basics that you need for your nutrition. It has your greens, it has your omegas, your proteins, your sleep support, your pre and probiotics. So it's really, and it's all organic. I tried it. I feel amazing on it. So I'm just so happy that I have something that is so simple and that people can do. Like people can do this. It's within reach. It's not just like you have to go to a health food store and pick out 100 different products in order to meet your basic needs. It's just, I love it.
That's wonderful that you can attach those two things, because sometimes a person feels like, okay, I do need a massage and it does help, or a specific treatment with a chiropractor or something else, but then they're lacking in that other end. So you need to have a complete transformation in that sense.
Exactly.
So tell me a little bit more about what are the typical pains and problems that you hear mostly from your clients. American people, I know the products that you have are available nationwide, by the way, so people can get that no matter where they are. They don't have to be in the Florida Keys. They can be anywhere to get those in the United States. However, tell me a little bit more about the people who you do consult, either virtually or in person. What are the typical pains and complaints that people have?
I find a lot of times people come in as kind of a last resort. They've been to all the medical doctors, they've tried all of the things, and they're just exhausted. And so then they've heard about, our center and like, what do I have to lose? And so maybe they're exhausted. Maybe they've been dealing with pain for decades. Sometimes maybe they're just, mentally or emotionally exhausted. Maybe it's gut health, and they are just, they need that true gut reset. So we're able to, wherever a person is at, whether it's physical pain or headaches, mental exhaustion, people face all of those different elements that we're able to start to help them feel better.
That's awesome. But you know what? I think there's something really sad about this, that people are using what you have to offer, going to you as a last resource, when it should have been probably the first resource. That's amazing. Why did people have to do everything else and suffer through so many years to get to the point of finding that out? What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, that really breaks my heart too. And I think it's just because of what people have been taught, that your first line of action is to treat the symptom rather than prevent it. So, we can absolutely, help to ease those symptoms, and set you on the road to physical, mental, recovery and replenishment. However, preventative care, like if we can invest our energy and invest in preventative care so we never have to go there, how much better?
I totally agree with you 100%. And I hope the listeners can resonate with this, because there's actually, in the middle of so much out there, there's actually high quality people that are able to help us and coach us through that are experts, such as Ruth, and also supplements that actually do work, because there's no end, right? Synthetic things and all of that. And you said these products are organic. They're wonderful. I do take some of them as well, and I've been benefiting from it, and I love it. So I do encourage people to do their research so they are making informed decisions, right? It's very important to do that.
Absolutely.
Now, I wanted you to explain a little bit about something that I've learned with you that probably our listeners don't know. Can you tell me how the ashiatsu work? I have the experience, but I want you to tell us a little bit more about it, if you can, please.
Sure, yeah. So ashiatsu actually means foot pressure in Japanese. So the therapist actually uses their feet. And it's for people who like a medium to deep pressure. And what's so great about this is it helps us to serve people on a multidimensional approach. We're able to contact the fascia and release that, which is that our connective tissue from head to toe, and to lengthen some of those restrictions and get the flow of fluids through that fascia, and then address the muscles and unwind the muscles and help those to be lengthened and unwound. And it's beautiful for any postural distortions. It really lengthens the spine. And it feels amazing, but it also activates the proprioceptors in our body that feels the pressure. So it quiets our nervous system like no other massage can do. So it's deeply relaxing, corrective massage.
Thank you. That last point there, that's very important. It's unlike any other type of massages, because I've done so many different types, but the one that I experienced in your center was mind-blowing. I had ashiatsu done one time, but it was not at all like what I experienced with you. I actually did not know that you switched from your hands to your feet. It was amazing. I was like, how is that possible? I thought it was still your hands.
Yeah, and that's what it should feel like. I'm glad that you said that, because I've even had to convince people, no, like that was my feet, and they would not believe me. But yeah, that's when you get a seasoned ashiatsu therapist, I think that's really key, because that's when they really are tuned in and have trained their feet to be even more sensitive than what your hands can be.
That's amazing. And I so appreciate having that experience. What other thoughts can you leave our listeners with as far as longevity and mobility? And I'm bringing this out because in the United States especially, we have a group of people who really want to extend their life, but they want that to be in a healthy way. They don't want to be after, I don't know, their 60s starting to have pain in a difficult life. They want to extend that to the best life that they can have, no matter how old they are. So can you tell us a little bit how that would be possible with your help?
Yeah, these treatments definitely do that. So many times I see people walking around with postural distortions, and maybe they're hunched over, their shoulders are running forward, and that's just so exhausting for a body, and to carry that around every day. So by releasing that tension and helping your posture to be in a better place, teaching you postural corrective exercises, it really helps a person to live more well and to feel more energetic. They're able to move better and function better. So we're not only treating the physical, but then we talk about the nutritional, and you blend all of these different elements together. I mean, the nutrition program by itself leaves you so energized. And when you have that energy from releasing all of that, stress and tension, and your gut is working like it should, there's just literally no end to the energy that people can have with this, and to feel younger, to have more energy, to do the things that they want to do.
You're so right. And you know what's interesting? You don't really know or understand that until you actually step in to that change. And then you're like, oh, it's like an awakening, right? That you probably did not understand maybe by somebody like us just talking about it. But it's definitely something worth trying. But I would say that the key here, and tell me if you agree with me, is consistency. Do you agree that it needs to be consistent? How do you see that?
I think that's absolutely key. And that's why I go back to it has to be sustainable for it to be consistent. If something is too difficult, if it's deprivation, we're not going to be able to stick with that. This has to be things that add to our life, to add benefit, and so much so that we never want to get away from it.
Very good. And you know what's funny too? A lot of people maybe resort to that as the last resort because they think it's maybe too expensive or they can't afford it. But tell me a little bit about that mindset and if they actually had done that in the first place.
Oh my goodness. I see people spending thousands of dollars running to the doctor for blood pressure issues or, pains that they're feeling in their body. And it's and the time and effort that they're spending doing that could be so much better spent with just a little bit of investing into what's truly going to make a difference in their life and for long term.
I understand that. And again, because I stepped into that myself, I can relate to that too. How much money I spent prior and now with the wellness products and maintaining consistency, for me, it was key. And I think people have to understand that there's no benefits that you can just get like you would maybe like a surgery, right? You go in, get the surgery done and recuperate and you're done. It doesn't work that way. So it's a completely shift of mindset and understanding and re-education. Different than probably how we were raised, right?
Absolutely. It's a new lifestyle. And I know that may sound, it could sound overwhelming to people, but we really take you one step at a time from wherever you're at, wherever that is, just to the next step. And then we're here to guide you through the next step until you're feeling, just so much better and having that energy and longevity.
Yes. In order for us to be able also to take care of our loved ones, we need to take care of ourselves or else, right? And as a mother, right, I'm a mom. I know how important that is. And by the way, do all of these things, wonderful things that you offer, does it have an age limit?
No, it doesn't. I've even treated babies. Mothers have brought their babies in and we can do some body work on them. And so there really is no age limit. I have clients well into their 80s. So it really doesn't.
That's great. So the whole family can benefit. That's my whole point. So if you want to come by and enjoy your day, you can actually have something for the whole family where they can also benefit. And I think that if you start at a young age, and this is again a mother speaking here, is for them to really understand, wow, this must be really important then, right? So that way they will be accountable for their wellness as they become adults. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm. What an inheritance that would be to give that to children, to teach them from early on how to actually take care of ourselves so that we can avoid so many unnecessary lifestyle illnesses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Tell me something that you would like to leave our audience with that you feel like if they have to take anything away from this episode here, what do you think is the most important thing that they can take away with them? Maybe something that they can start doing right now, a step towards that, because it might feel like it's too much maybe for some. What can they start doing? What is one tip that you can think of?
The first thing that comes to mind would be breath work. Just by forcing yourself to just pause, even if it's just once a day, and take a deep breath in through your nose, try to breathe through your belly, and blow it out very slowly through pierced lips, like you're blowing through a straw. And even one of my courses, I teach you actually blow through a straw. This really brings the cortisol levels down. It calms the nervous system. And we just add that 5 minutes a day. It is amazing how quickly that can make a difference for people. And then just think about, okay, what's step 2?
Oh my gosh, you're speaking my language here. I love it. Yes. And you know, what's interesting, it helps you to calm down your nervous system, but it also helps you to be more concentrated, to focus, right? And Absolutely. It also gives you a little bit of energy too, because you're doing all of that work in your body. So maybe if you feel tired or stressed, it might help you to recuperate some of that too. So I love it. It has so many benefits. And that's something that you can do it in anytime, anywhere, right? Doesn't cost anything. You just benefit from it, right? It's awesome. Breathing work. People don't take that for granted. Right?
Yeah, and that's just one of the tools that we teach people they can take away with them to benefit them for the rest of their lives.
Yes. Absolutely. Thank you for bringing that out. That's excellent. So Ruth, we have a lot of people here in the audience that might be interested in getting to know a little bit about your work more in depth, or that want to see what kind of work you were able to do to your clients, see your testimonials and different things like that. Do the research that we're encouraging them to do so they get the right place, the right person, the right method, right? So how can our listeners reach out to you?
So you can find me on Google just under Island Shiatsu Wellness Center. The website is vagaro.com/US03/Island Shiatsu or wellnessjourneyretreats.com. Either way, I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I'm all over the place.
You're in social media too. That's great.
Yeah.
I personally enjoy your posts. They're very rich in information and tips. So thank you for sharing that with us. So we're going to have Ruth back actually for another episode, which I'm so excited that she was able to make a little bit of time for us to share with you another gem that she has to offer that I'm sure that you guys are also going to enjoy. And thank you so much, Ruth, for coming to our show today. I'm really happy about that. If you're watching this show, click the like button, follow me, and subscribe. This is brought again by Forever Living, which is the best aloe vera company in the world, which I transformed my wellness with their help. And this is also produced by I Am Beast Network. This is Jessica Javens Talk, and I am Jessica Javens.
Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Females made you just to trick me, trick me, trick me, trick me. 'Cause baby girl, you are so easy, baby. The only reason that I can do tonight is 'cause I know you were invited. The only reason that this dress is skin tight is 'cause I thought that you would like it. I'm only come for the secret outside because I want you to like it. The only reason I can do